Hello, and yet another little short video tips. I hear fever starting to play up. Photographs. If I'm a photographer, I want to do family photos, I want to do group photos. I always ask for a list of family photos. Now, if I don't get a list, I will try and make the photographs up as we go along. That is, again, incumbent on the previous video about timings. I have to make a really hard decision sometimes as to whether or not to be able to get those family photographs or do your couple photographs. And I have to make that decision on which is more important. You're booking me from the photographs that you've seen, not necessarily the family photographs. If you have more elderly members of your family, it possibly means that they might decide to leave before you have the photographs. So that's, again, all taken into consideration as much as I can, and as much as you might like to think, actually, you missed the photograph, Mr. Photographer. You didn't give me a list. You were delayed doing things. I had to make a really hard decision on what would work better for you as my client. Now, at the time, I try and second guess you. 99.9999% of the time, it works absolutely fine. The odd time I miss a guest or an elderly guest who needs to go early, I'm really sorry. But if you don't give me the list, I can't work to that list to make sure that you know, or you have told me what's important, or you've told your photographer what is absolutely vital. So the lists that I ask for 10 photos from each side of the family, and these are must-haves. People who you love absolutely dearly, who've travelled a long way to be there. People who've travelled a long way to be there, perhaps. The more elderly people, being a little bit morbid about it, but we think about things like that. Without that list, I really don't know anybody in the wedding party except potentially the bride's side or one of the groom's side who have been in doing the prep. I have no idea who is who. I have no idea that you've got a great Auntie Joan or a great Uncle John who are in their 90s, who desperately you love to bits and you want to photograph. I have no idea. Hence, that list is really important. Without a list, I'm lost as to what I try and take. So give me a list, or give your photographer a list if they do family group photographs, and give time to doing that list. Goes back to the previous one. If we start running out of time, something has to give. What do you want to do? Miss out on the lovely romantic couple photos, or do the family photos?